What's up, creeps? It's Jason, aka the Pope of Pain. Of course, I'm here with my East Coast ghost, JDK, for another Crip Cut or Creep Cast or a Creep Cut. Ooh,
Creep Cut.
Creep Cut.
What are they called?
Crip Cut.
Crip Cut.
But if we combined it both, because we don't know how long this one's going to go. Usually Crip Cuts are short, like 10, 15 minutes. Creep Casts are long.
Yeah, this is the first one we kind of don't know.
We don't know. So it's
Creep
going to
Cut.
be a Creep Cut.
I'm not going to lie. We should just move into this way, this title anyway.
Fuck it.
I like
Why
that.
not,
That's
man?
nice.
What's up, dude? How you doing today?
Good.
Man?
We're back in the chair.
Yes. It's man, with the Spookorama's been kicking ass, man. We got a show tonight.
We do.
Our House of Secrets is our mystery. If you're watching this real time,
I almost fucking blew the movie again, by the way. Jesus.
Like every 10 seconds at the counter, what's playing this weekend? And you almost say it. You're
Yes.
like, fuck, it's a mystery movie. I can't tell you.
Oh, thank God there's only one of these a month. And
Yes.
the other three you'll know ahead of time.
Yes, yeah. So, but tonight's gonna be a fun one. And if you're already watching this and it's Friday and you already know, surprise,
Yeah.
you got it. So, hey, speaking of movies, great segue.
Right.
I saw this question, and I don't know, it didn't get sent to me, but it was like a question on X or Twitter or fucking whatever.
Are we calling it X still? You know what I mean?
It's
Like,
just weird.
It's Twitter.
Twitter's so much easier, right? But it's a great question. I think it's a great question. So let me hit you on this, okay? What movie will you be talking about 50 years from now?
Zombie 79.
Oh, fucking please. Here we go. I knew that was coming. Yeah. And then I was like, what movie will you be talking about 50 years from now? And I'm like, 50 years from now, that's fuck. Well, for one, I'll be dead.
Yeah.
So none, right? Unless there's some like, Jason X type of shit going on, and I can freeze dry me and actually bring me back, right? But then I start thinking about it, I'm like, 50 years, that's fucking old.
That's old, buddy.
There's no movies out 50 years ago, but au contraire, mon frère, right? Yes, there is. So let me hit you with some of these.
Okay.
Well, first off, why am I qualified to talk about this? Because I'm 50 fucking years old. Okay,
Yeah,
in fact, you
go.
can look this amazing at 50. It's a light, by the way. Don't let it fool you.
They must have froze you. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah. I've already been cryogenics or whatever it is. Yes. But 50 years ago, let me throw some films at you real quick, right?
Okay.
And this is what the magnitude I'm talking about. These are the films that I think in another 100 years we'll still be talking about these, right?
It sounds like you're about to throw a whole lot of Argento and Fulci. Let's go.
None of these are Italian.
Let's go.
By the way. Here we go. All right. Let me go right off the bat. 1973, the year I was born. Holy shit, right?
Yeah.
The Exorcist.
I thought that was the horror movie.
With The Exorcist, right? I mean, there's kids that are 8 years old that know The Exorcist, right?
Yeah, I think the test should be like we kind of talked about this. Like if you go into a store, like a
Yes.
Circle K, and you ask everybody, "Did you hear of The Exorcist?" Everybody's
100%.
I don't care what you like.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How about we just go up another year, right? And I'm saying 50. This is all general 50 years old, right? Actually, Exorcist is 51 years. This next one, Texas Chainsaw Massacre, 1974. That is exactly 50 fucking years ago, right?
That's wild.
Just like you said, I could go down to the Congo. I think that's in Africa. Or somewhere like that.
They have Netflix.
Yes, and you go, hey, you guys ever heard of Texas Chainsaw Massacre? And they're going to start dancing, wah, with like a chainsaw, right? If you anywhere, Siberia, you get the same shit, right? People know this film. How about Jaws, 1975, right?
Yep.
Everybody fucking knows Jaws, right? What can I go? 78, Halloween. Once again, right? One more. Let's go 1979, Alien, right?
Yeah.
So these are the films I'm talking
Phantasm.
about. Yeah. Oh, yeah, there we go. Another one, Phantasm. That people, no matter what decade it is, how far down the line, they know, right?
Right.
Of course. Now, what modern day movie, and I'll say modern, let's put a time hack on this, right?
Okay.
We can dive a little bit in the 90s. Okay,
Just a tiny bit.
But I'm more pushing the 2000s, right?
Okay.
So and that's kind of like the halfway mark, right? Halfway mark on this, 25-year mark or whatever. But with that time hack, right? From say, let's just go mid 90s to now. What are some films that we're going to be talking about in 2074? Let me say that one more time. 2070 fucking 4. That's 50 years from now. Holy shit. Like I said, I will be tits up somewhere. No, actually, on my crypt, I'm going to get a crypt, and I'm going to have it like, I'm saving all my money. And instead of like giving it to my kid, I'm going to blow it on some just the raddest, fucking gargoyle monuments. I want big booty goth chicks to be hanging out, taking pictures at my grave all day long.
They'll probably be more like me and some other friends. But
probably will.
Aren't you doing that torment thing where you're gonna be looking at people?
I'd like to. I'd like to be able to look up and see people, even if it's fake. You know what I'm saying? Or something that like it will change every like. I don't know, month my expression changed so people freaks the fuck out, right?
Yeah.
They're all high as shit going, dude, I just saw him smile. You know? How great is that? Anyway.
I love it.
Way off topic, all right? But 2074, Mr. JDK here, you will be...
I hope dead, too, because I'll be in my late 80s. Late 80s.
Oh, my God. So, can you imagine Jay at 80s?
Jeez.
Fucking old man.
Yeah.
All your tattoos on your neck.
Cats are just eating me alive.
Oh, you'd be like a cat lady.
Yeah.
Instead of a cat guy.
Yeah, the cats will be literally eating me.
What? Yeah, this is trippy. So anyway, this is pretty big.
This is a tough question because right off the top, you mentioned some big movies in the 70s, right?
Yes.
Exorcist, TCM, Jaws,
Man.
Halloween.
Yes.
I think you would agree we don't have many of those right now.
That
caliber.
Of that caliber, not even close.
Right. There's no present day John Carpenters right now, and it's
This is like the get off my lawn moments, right? We feel like old guys. Where there's probably someone a teenager like, what are you talking about? I love Talk to Me. I'm telling you right now, what we're not going to be talking about in 50 years is Talk to Me. Right?
Spoiler alert. Yeah. There's probably no.
It's not on my list.
Yeah, no.
But I mean, I like Talk to Me, but it's just, I mean, there's a ton of good films.
A lot.
But what are we going to be talking about? What are the kids going to be talking about 50 years from now? And watching, I don't know how they're going to watch these movies. Is it going to be like,
dude,
like implants in their eyes, and you can just project it on any fucking wall?
Right. Well, you know how Jason X projected kind of what it was going to look like, which, by the way, isn't it now like 2024?
It is, by the way. Yeah. That didn't work out very well.
Right. So now if we're projecting what 2074 is going to look like, it's probably just going to be like today, but there's probably no bank cards, right? You probably just look at the cashier.
Oh, yeah. No, you'll have a chip, and I'm sure fucking inside you, and my chip will say broke every fucking time, by the way. So isn't that a disappointment, though? Like, you always look at these old movies like Blade Runner or something. I don't know, one of these movies, like, and it was like, but the date they put on it is like now.
Yeah.
And we don't look anything like the society doesn't look that way.
No.
There's no flying fucking cars.
Yeah.
I did see a Tesla truck today.
Oh, you've seen those? They're wild, aren't they?
Holy shit, dude. It was driving down the road. I'm like, what the fuck is that? That was wild. So that was like my futuristic moment. The only one I've had, so by the way. So yeah.
Yeah, those things are crazy, by the way.
Yeah, so okay, how you want to do this? You want to go? I got 5. You got 5?
I got 5. This is tough though. I'll kick us off. How about that?
Okay, all
because I have a feeling your list is probably gonna be a little bit superior than mine today.
As usual.
Today. That's why I prefaced today. So the one that came to mind immediately, and it's because I just freshly saw it this past holiday season, was Eli Roth's Thanksgiving. And right away, I think people are going to be like, it's too soon, whatever. But like the thing with Thanksgiving is, and the 80s, 70s especially had a formula for this, was holiday-themed horror movies.
Yes.
And we saw it with Black Christmas, which was in the late 70s as well.
Yes.
And we've seen it time and time again. Every time that holiday comes up, whether for better or for worse, you're watching this movie, right?
Yes.
Eli Roth also put in some of that 80s goodness that we all love, like the My Bloody Valentine worship. I think this one was resoundingly welcomed and embraced by the horror fans.
I think so, too.
People love this movie.
Yeah, you're right.
I do think 50 years from now, people will be watching Thanksgiving and still purchasing Thanksgiving shirts and all that cool stuff.
So you nailed it, because it's built around a holiday that's probably not going away. I don't know. 50 years from now, it may go away.
I fucking hope not.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I mean, either. But hey, we're going to eat. Right?
Yeah,
I look forward to this all year round. What's the competition? And Thanksgiving.
Nothing. You got one.
Thanksgiving?
Thanksgiving.
No one's fucking seen
no
that.
One's
and
watching
once
that.
you've watched one, you're like, okay, I'm done.
And there's probably somebody out there right now.
Weird.
Poultrygeist.
Poultrygeist. Shout out to Lloyd, man. We love your movie. It's great. But maybe 50 years that we're talking about. I don't fucking know. Maybe we still just talking about how bad it is. I don't.
Right. I do think, though, in 50 years, I mean, this one's got as good of a shot as any contemporary movie to be talked about that far into the future. So
yeah. Okay.
I'll go with Thanksgiving.
I like it. I like that. And I think that's a classic, which obviously is a favorite of ours, by the way.
Big time.
Yeah. All right. I'm going to go with, this is a 2002. I have to go with The Ring.
Oh yeah.
The Ring. Now, and just because of the iconic imagery in this, right? I mean, once again, if you think Halloween, you immediately think of the shape. You think of Michael Myers, right?
Sure.
You know what I'm saying? You think Exorcist, you got a picture of Reagan on the bed, right?
Yeah.
Okay. You think The Ring, you always see Samara coming out of the well. Half the people have no fucking clue what that means, or they even seen the movie.
Yeah.
But it is a good movie, by the way.
Fantastic
right?
movie,
Yeah.
but you're right. You do get that look, right? Like
Sure.
that fucking 80s heavy metal bar hair in front of the face.
Yes.
Like waiting for Poison to come on. Just that hair, right?
There'll be kids dressed up in the 2070s as Samara. I promise you that. Man.
Yeah, and the cool thing with us here is we get to see like a new generation come into the shop daily.
Yes.
And you get to see kind of what the favorites are, right?
Yes.
And I mean, The Ring is a big time favorite amongst ages maybe 15 to 23.
Yeah, you can't go wrong with that.
Can't.
Man. Yeah. So this is, like I said, this is a good prediction. I think I feel confident in this. I would lay some money on this set, and I'll come back from the grave and we'll watch The Ring together. Maybe I'll come out of a well. Holy shit. This is brilliant, by the way. Okay, I'm just thinking of my death. It was just crazy.
Well, you're going to be buried in many different ways, so
yes.
somebody's going to have a tough job moving you around.
Yeah. Well, that's what you get what you pay for.
Right. That's
I need
true.
somebody who could do what's minimum wage in 2074? Probably about $100 an hour.
Yeah, probably.
Can't afford it. All right.
Next up, okay, so this one to me is another obvious.
Okay.
And I know we're going to get a little pushback on that, but for me, again, no brainer. The Conjuring, part 1 and 2.
I agree on this.
And I want to mesh them together if I could, because they do go hand in hand, right? Like 1 is fantastic, but I would argue 2 is even better.
Yeah.
But these are that perfect. I mean, we grew up on Poltergeist. We grew up on movies like The Changeling.
Sure.
These amazing haunted house movies. And The Conjuring gives us a lot of that, but even more, because I'd argue that you get people like Patrick
Wilson.
Patrick Wilson.
I was going to say Swayze.
Patrick, I was thinking to say that too.
I just saw Roadhouse the other day. Not the good one.
Yeah, that's not on this list, by the way.
Yeah,
either.
no.
But so yeah, dude, I think like The Conjuring is like the epitome, the perfect haunted house movie of our time.
Oh yeah.
I think it's going to stand the test of time, and I do think in 50 years we will be looking back at that like, damn.
I agree, because right now Poltergeist it was in the 80s, so it's in the 40s. It's 40 years old, 40-ish years old. I don't know, do the math or whatever. So, and yet we talk about that day in, day out, right?
We do. And really quick, well, you bring it up, Poltergeist, just like The Conjuring, nobody dies in these movies, right?
No.
Like, but they just use this incredible atmosphere. They use really cool characters. I'd argue Conjuring did what Poltergeist did, but I mean, I think they did it better.
Yeah.
Just because a lot of time has passed, so we're able to do cooler shit with the scares.
Yes.
James Wan's amazing.
Where's James Wan? He's dead too.
Yeah, he's dead too. Sorry.
Yeah.
That sucked for horror.
Yeah.
But yeah.
But we probably got another 20, 30 years of him kicking ass. So that's the nice thing,
Fingers
right?
crossed.
Yeah, hopefully.
Stay in the horror lane.
Unless he just, good call. Yeah, no more Aquaman.
No Aquaman.
Or whatever the fuck he just did. Yeah.
But yeah, Conjuring.
Okay, I like that. I like that pick. And yeah, I would totally, in 2074, I'm watching that. No problem, man. So my next one is, look, it's pretty much your nickname, American Psycho. So this is a 2000, so it is exactly 24. I'm doing the math in my head. 24 years old, right? But I say this because I mean, it resonates with kids these days, all the way to adults right now. You know what I'm saying? I mean, so this thing kind of, I feel like it's hold range. The picture of what's his name, Patrick Bateman.
Yep.
You know, with the fucking see-through raincoat looking thing, you know what I'm saying?
Dancing around.
Yeah, I just think that is an iconic image, and I think it's a great movie. It's a good movie, and I think it will be talked about in that time frame.
Again, I think that's another home run. I feel like seeing the next generation as we do here, American Psycho is a massive favorite.
Yes.
So I think that's already kind of catching on.
I agree.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, it blows my mind because like when the movie came out, it wasn't a lot of people gave a shit about it, right?
Yeah.
And I think this is a thing with a lot of these movies. And I'm curious because like they need time to mature, like a wine, like a fine wine. You know, here at Terror Trader we have some of the best. You just don't see us drinking it. It's underneath the counter. Every time we got to go in the back, we're doing shots.
Yeah, right.
But so you know what I'm saying. So but as the years went on, American Psycho kicked in, man,
It did.
and then we're like I said, 24 years removed, and it's still a favorite right now.
Remember when The Thing came out? That movie was not well received.
A lot of, especially in the 80s, a lot of movies no one gave a fuck about, right?
And now it's like,
and now they're like, oh, this is the
immortal.
best cult classic. I mean, how old are you? Fucking 9, you know? Yeah, of course, you know? So, okay, yeah, American Psycho, boom, I'm throwing it out.
I love it. Another one up here, Jeepers Creepers. The original Jeepers Creepers.
Hey, and I think that's 2001 that came, and 23 years.
It's time.
It's fucking time.
It's
Well. Okay. Well, shit. I guess we're all gonna die.
yeah. Let's go.
How cool would that be if all of a sudden you just hear a big on top of the roof,
Just like descends into our studio.
and then I don't know, one of our regulars like Museum Danny's hanging out the corner or at the counter, and all of a sudden it just gets snagged up out of nowhere.
Later, Danny.
Yeah. Now look, if you guys seen Museum Danny, he's not a light guy, right? He's like 6'5", 300 pounds.
Creeper's coming back 23 years later, and he's putting in some lifting.
I hope use your legs, okay? Bend at the
ass
legs.
to grass, baby.
Yes. Yeah. But Jeepers Creepers. Wow, what a good one, man.
And again, I like this movie. I really do.
Yeah.
Now, personally, this wouldn't be one I would probably in 50 years be championing for. Like,
Sure.
can't wait to watch it. But I do think, again, monitoring the state of horror
Yes.
and what we see here day to day, people love Jeepers Creepers. Like, love.
I do too. I know it's got some controversy with the director, obviously, right?
That's it.
Yeah. If you look past that shit, you can't really look past it. Maybe back it up.
Like, separate the art from the artist.
Thank you. That's
right?
what I meant to say.
Right. Just I know what you're saying.
You
yeah.
can't look past what the fuck this guy did.
No, horrible
But,
human.
But cut the director off.
The movie is out there, though,
He's
right?
dead. I think he died anyway, right?
Did he? Good.
If he did, if not, die in prison.
Die-
bitch.
yeah.
So, but the movie is fun. Part 2 is fun.
I like part 2.
But you have a timestamp. Once again, I love movies that do this. Every 23 years,
It's
he
fun.
comes back, right?
Yeah.
Brilliant, dude.
Right.
So now, if you're just like fucking dying for something to watch 23 years from now, it's Jeepers Creepers. So this movie
For
will
sure.
always rinse and repeat, as a lot of people say, right?
It'll surface again. That's
Yes.
you bring up a great
Or
point
surface
there.
again, yeah,
and that's what's cool. Every time Return of the Living Dead Day comes, everybody's posting their photo of them
Oh, yeah.
walking. Right? It's fun.
Yeah,
Right?
100%.
It'll never be forgotten.
No, I agree on that.
So that's a great point.
Yeah, so kind of you had 2 films with dates, right? Thanksgiving and then the 23 years.
Which is key in my opinion.
Right.
Pivotal.
And if to be a real film nerd, I'm pretty sure, correct me if I'm wrong, put it in the comments below. And in fact, guys, this is a great time to subscribe and like this fucking film. Or film. Whatever this thing is. This is a
short film.
This is a really short film, yes. Like and subscribe, guys. It makes us feel good and warm. It makes us feel
really
wanted because, and
we don't get a lot of that elsewhere.
We're losers, and we just love when people will say, yeah, I like it out of pity. So anyway.
Yeah, like, subscribe, and then you can trash us in the comments.
There you go. The more hate in the comments, the better. No, I'm just kidding.
What do you got?
Where was I?
I think we were just at Jeepers Creepers and dates and stuff like that.
Yes,
but I think you're kicking us off with number.
My third one. My third one. Yes. Okay. This one is. It's once again iconic symbol of horror is Saw.
Oh yeah.
Okay. I mean Billy the Puppet. I don't think they're gonna remember Jigsaw by any means, right? But they're gonna remember Billy the Puppet, right?
Yeah, I think Jigsaw himself, though, I do think would.
Could be.
Yeah.
He'd probably still be alive. I don't know how the fuck they keep doing films.
Beat cancer 30,000 times.
yes. But I think that it's very iconic. Once again, James Wan, good job, buddy. This came out 2004, so we're 20 years old on this right now.
Wow.
So 30 years from now, I do believe. No, 50 years from now. Do the math. We're going to be talking about this, man. We're going to see that little tricycle rolling in, but it'll probably be electric vehicle at that time.
For sure.
Solar powered.
Yeah.
And whatever else.
I will say this, though, dude. That is like a twist that you will never forget.
Yes.
And I think there's a lot of movies. I'm going to use Sleepaway Camp here as an example, right?
Okay.
The movie, I don't know what it's about, Jason. I forget. I don't know.
Can I do a bad takeout?
Yeah. It's not good.
Sleepaway Camp, man. I just watched this again. Fuck, man. I hate this because I am in love with Felissa Rose.
And
man.
we all are. And we could separate, again, the actress's performance.
Yeah.
Because she was great.
She was awesome.
She was awesome. But that's the reason why you watch.
Okay.
Right?
Yes.
I'd argue Felissa.
Correct.
And that ending.
Yes.
That shock, twist, crazy ending, right?
One of the best.
And that's what you have with Saw.
Yeah.
You have an absolutely crazy ending that when you see him get up off the floor,
yep.
You're like, what the fuck? Like, what? Nobody knew that was coming.
No,
Nobody.
No fucking way. The whole time.
And I'm sorry.
But then you're just like, how the hell is he not? How did he not breathe for fuck? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But I love that because the 1,000 questions pop up.
Yeah.
Same as with Felissa. How did they get around? There's a guy. There's
showering,
got a little thing hanging
showering together.
Yeah,
right. Camp. That's what you do.
I know. So weird. Yeah.
But hey, buddy, if we could revisit Sleepaway Camp year to year and like still digest it,
yes.
But waiting for that rad ending,
yes,
we could fucking rip through Saw and see some gnarly.
I agree.
Deaths and
by the way, thank you for cutting me off and not letting me go on my sleepaway camp rant.
I got you.
It's not a good take. It's not a good take, and and you actually and I appreciate that as a friend.
I'll give you the Officer Doofy salute, just
because I'm gonna get some hate in that one. So yeah, no, that's Saul. Saul's a great one.
Saul's
man.
a great one.
So what you got?
I'm gonna go a little bit more recent as well. I think it's 2015 or 16. It Follows.
Ooh.
Yeah. So here's the thing.
Look, STDs have been around forever, right? And this is basically what that film is, right?
Well, it's an original, dude. It's probably the most original concept of, I don't know, the last 15, 20 years.
Sure.
Like, I mean, it's it literally is in the name. It follows you.
It follows you, yeah.
It's got some really creepy imagery. It's got my favorite soundtrack of recent times as well, which I think really like propels this movie into an even greater stratosphere.
Yeah, we play it at the shop all the time.
We do. It rips, dude.
Sure.
And again, I think It Follows, for my money, 50 years from now, I bet people will remember this movie. And I think it's going to be one of those slow burn type, right? Where I think in 15, 20 years, like half that time, I do think it's going to catch more. Like, I'm not going to compare it to The Thing, but I think it'll get the appreciation like A Thing did.
I hope so.
20 years down the road.
It is a good movie. If you guys haven't seen it, it's kind of a sleeper. A lot of people don't.
It's a big time sleeper.
They don't understand, but when you watch it, you're like, oh, this is an amazing fucking movie.
Right. It's really neat.
Yeah, and it's a cool concept. It's an original concept, I think too. So which is super rare for horror, especially these days. You know what I'm saying? So I like this. I'm up in the air if we're gonna remember this in 50 years, but this is what we're here for, right?
Two things about that. Yeah. Great point. Number one, there's not much to choose from, right? Let's just be honest. In 50 years, when we're going up and down this list,
that is true.
I don't think Jennifer's Body is going to be remembered. I don't think, a lot of movies.
I remember Jennifer's Body.
Yeah, no shit, right? But in fairness, I just think It Follows will stand that test. It's casted very well. All the things you look for in a movie, I think, like it literally checks all those boxes.
Sure.
So I'm really hoping that the horror fans propel this to that like level.
I'd love to too, because it's worthy. If you ask me, it's definitely worthy.
I should note this: sequel's coming, which could only help.
Yeah, what is it? Still Follows?
Is it Still Follows?
I think it's something like that.
Right.
Not too creative on
it
that,
still
but that's
follows
okay.
Or
yeah,
Still Follows, yeah.
Well, you know what? Maybe it's a working title.
Maybe.
You even know what that? Yeah. Whatever.
Yeah. But yeah,
that's an industry term right there. Working title.
Industry term,
I use that all the time. Yeah. I tell somebody a story or a concept. They're like, I'm like, oh, that's working title. That's yeah. We're working on this anyway. Okay, I like that.
All right,
It Follows.
You're fourth.
I'm gonna go. Let me dive down a little deeper here. Go back. But I feel that this is the range. This is the very bottom of like, hey, we're going to talk about these films. But and it's 50 years ago. But it's Scream, and I know it's 1996, right?
Okay.
So like we're definitely at the over the halfway point on the 50-year mark or whatever.
Yeah.
But I still think in 2074, fuck, it's a long time. We're going to be talking about Scream. Somebody's going to be talking about Scream. They're going to be wearing ghost face masks, just like we wear. Halloween, Michael Myers masks. You know what I'm saying? I think that's still going to be a thing, and all that stuff. And who knows? By that time, we'll probably be on Scream 40.
Yeah, probably, dude.
They just keep making these things and making them. But I had to throw this in there. It's kind of low hanging fruit, and I kind of padded my whole my whole list. By the way, he's going deep with all these It Follows. I'm like Scream.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Well, to be fair, I mean, it's got to be mentioned, right? I mean, like, we're living in a world right now, especially in the present, where it's pretty much the horror world is dominated by Scream, and the Scream cast, by the way.
Yes.
And I mean, deservedly so, I suppose. Like, they did something in 1996 that no one was doing, right? They broke that fourth wall, that tore down that curtain, right?
Yeah.
And
pretty much saved the collapse of the slasher genre, right?
Yeah.
Running out of the 80s. It took a nosedive hard, right?
Big time.
I mean, so you went like 5-6 years of just crap.
Dude, I think you just had Candyman in the early 90s, right? And that was it for 5 years.
I mean, major ones, right?
Major.
And then all of a sudden this comes out and revitalizes the slasher movement, and gives a different twist.
Yeah, I like that twist of the night.
Thank you. Yes.
I do think job well done with Scream, right? I think the sequels will be forgotten. I really do. I think most people in 50 years are just going to remember the Neve Campbell the iconic Drew Barrymore scream.
Yes. Yes.
But yeah, dude, I'm with you. Like, how do you argue that? You can't.
No,
There's no
that was
disputing that.
that's a fucking
That
a
is gold.
softball, as you would say.
Well, no, that would be the Halloween of
Yes.
our time, right?
Yeah, I
know,
agree.
for relax, people. I'm not calling it fucking Halloween. But what I am saying, though, is...
How dare you?
Right? Yeah, seriously. The key fucking Cheeto fingers already. It's just, ah! But I will honestly say, though, man, like, Scream is probably the biggest title of our time, right?
Yes.
Of the 90s onward.
I agree.
I don't think a movie gets bigger than that.
I don't think so either.
So
And
how do you,
it
I'm
just
glad you
keeps
mentioned
on
it.
going. We're Scream 7 coming up.
Yeah,
Or
let's
8.
see.
I don't even know what number we're on right now. So anyway.
Right.
All right. What's your? We've done 4 piece.
We've done 4 apiece.
Give me your last one.
It's a tough one.
Okay.
It's just, yeah.
I
don't know.
love it.
All right. Godzilla -1. Okay.
Oh.
So here's everybody that has seen Godzilla -1.
Yeah.
You have not a bad word to say about it.
True.
That's a fact.
True.
I think 50 years from now, I don't only think people will be talking about this. I still think it'll be considered one of the hear me out here, one of the top best Godzilla movies, just period, right? Which is a big deal, right? Because there's so many.
I agree.
And it's such
There's a
nostalgia,
shitload.
right? It's
Fuck.
such nostalgia for people. And we grew up, as you always say to people, monster kids.
Yes.
I mean, Godzilla is literally that dude, right?
I'm glad you said that because, there's people screaming watching this. It's not horror, and I know who you are.
Yeah.
I know the guys out there saying this right now, Duke.
Yeah, buddy. It's horror.
I see you, by the way. I see you.
It's horror adjacent.
It's horror adjacent. It's monsters, right?
It's monsters.
So get off it. Fucking, it's Japanese monsters.
Japanese monsters.
Kaiju.
Kaijus, yeah.
Fucking.
Which sounds just evil as fuck.
It
by the way.
does. It does. So I do classify. It doesn't have. It's not scary, but it's monsters.
Here's my thing: if people like, there's horror fans out there that'll talk about Cloverfield night and day.
Okay,
but
thank you.
how do we not talk about Godzilla? If Cloverfield fits the bill,
It's the same fucking
the
thing.
same shit.
Yeah.
The host and stuff. You know
The
what I mean?
host, yeah, that's South Korean.
Yeah.
Right there. So
Like,
that's
come
a
on.
monster as well.
100% a monster.
So, and then look, I agree on this. 1,000% they're going to be talking in 2074.
Yeah.
They're going to be watching, and that will be 50 years ish.
It will.
Right? I think it came out in 2023.
Yeah.
Or ish, whatever.
Yep.
But it will be, the 50-year anniversary for this will be huge.
Huge. I think
Yeah.
a monster.
Guys, let me know what it looks like.
Yeah, me too.
my-
Hopefully.
Through my little window in my fucking mausoleum.
Whatever facial you'll have expression that day.
Oh yeah,
I know you're doing
I'm
a
gonna
variety.
change it. Oh, I can't
Yeah,
fucking wait, man.
Maybe we could put a little Godzilla puppet hat on you. You know what I
Oh,
mean?
that's
Just
nice.
like it's. But I mean, this movie's literally it's a perfect movie, and there's
Yeah.
not many of those that exist. It is a perfect movie. It's casted perfectly, perfect runtime. The story's incredible. There's probably 20 characters in this movie.
Yeah.
You care about each and every single one of them. You have some of the most incredible effects. It literally, again, flawless. It's a 10 skulls. You know?
I can't argue. I want to argue,
won't.
but I can't because you're right. It was a phenomenal movie, and you had to twist my arm to go see it. But I did see it, and I saw the black and white version as well. Hey.
Minus color. was
Minus
that-
color, it
Yeah.
was called Godzilla minus color.
Right.
It's like me in the winter, so
Right.
or pretty much all year round. I'm as pale as fuck. Anyway, so okay, good one. All right, my
Round
last one here.
Scream
This
2.
This is a Scream 2. Here we go. This is a roll of the dice, but I'm betting on this one. That in 50 years we're going to be talking about Art the Clown and Terrifier.
Ooh.
Yes.
All right.
I mean, we talk. Okay.
I hope not.
Oh.
No, just,
Terrifier 3 coming out.
they're yelling at them.
yeah.
You have him on your head. Shut up.
Yeah, that is true.
Shut
You do
up.
have a tattoo. Okay, and they're like, he's a clown, right? It's the clown that we're going to remember. The movie, I don't know, maybe because of brutality in it,
Right.
but everybody remembers Pennywise.
Yeah.
That was 1990, so not yet, 50 years.
Yeah.
But I promise you in 50 years, when we hit the 50-year mark for it, we're going to remember it. It's going to be a celebration. It's a celebration, bitches.
Yeah.
Right? and whatnot. And I think Art the Clown, because it shocked the world, right? It shocked, some reason, the brutality on the screen just blew everybody's mind, even though there's films out there that are way more brutal. But you mix that with the black and white, pointy makeup clown, and the amazing acting of David Howard Thornton.
Incredible.
Yeah, and I think that movie will resonate great. I don't know about 2 or 3 that's coming out, but I
you're
guarantee
right.
you 1 will remember 50 years from now.
I'm really glad you touched on all these points because you're absolutely right across the board. You mentioned
as usual.
Howard Thornton's performance, which is masterful. But I mean, Damien hit the nail on the head here. He gave us a very short film, like 79, 8 minutes, whatever it was.
Yeah.
Straight to the point. You have this gnarly clown that literally looks the total opposite of Pennywise, which I loved, right?
Yes, thank you.
Very charismatic. This is a slam dunk. I think this one is going to be the true like underground cult favorite. Like in the 80s, people were loving the Jasons, the Michaels, the Freddys, but then you had the Cropsies, the Prowlers.
Yes.
You had, and I think that's what this will be for that time. Like
that's a great point.
You're going to have the giant titles, but they're going to be like, hey, Art the Clown exposed me to underground, like true slasher. Just like the Burnings did, the Funhouse, or not the Prowlers. I think it's just an easy slam dunk.
Sure.
And the coolest thing about Terrifier is, again, it's just like it's perfectly executed from a slasher standpoint. Again, it's not going to get better than that in that short of a window, so it has to be on the list.
Yeah, I think you're right. I think honestly, I'm pretty happy with the whole list.
I'm pretty stoked on the list.
I'm looking at yours, and It Follows. Maybe that could be. I think that if I was going to take one off, that would. If you take it out of my list, what would you take off?
If I had to take one, dude, I mean, Scream is on there, Saw's staying on there, The Ring's staying on there, American Psycho. I would probably take American Psycho.
American Psycho, yeah, the same here. But
that'd be the one.
Regardless, I think all these films are going to be celebrated 50 years from now, and all that stuff. Yes.
Can I bring up one? And I think we talked about this before. So to be fair, this was a conversation you and I both had. But Blair Witch Project. Which was late 90s, right?
Yeah, that's a great. I didn't think about that.
Right.
It didn't cross my mind.
But I mean, like that's like an interesting one, right? Like I feel like that maybe has potential. I mean, right now it does, right? Because it's still like widely regarded as that movie that launched that whole subgenre of horror, right? But in 50 years from now, are people going to give two shits about it, or are they going to more remember a Paranormal Activity? And you know what I mean?
I think Blair Witch will outshine Paranormal Activity in the long run.
Right, just not box office, right?
Box office got smoked, right? Yeah. But I think that's timing. I think all that stuff. But Blair Witch's marketing will be, I think that will stand the test of time.
Yeah.
And the fact that it fooled so many fucking people.
Yeah.
It is also brilliant because it was at the beginning of the internet. Not the beginning, but at the beginning where most people started getting the internet.
Sure.
So what you saw on it had to be true.
Right.
No one would ever give us fake news, right?
Right,
What the
for
fuck?
sure.
And so and that made that film way better than it is.
Oh, dude, right? And it's like,
sorry.
We grew up, like, I used to dream about those stories when people went to see The Exorcist and they were handing out the barf bags and it was being banned in other countries.
Yeah.
The coolest thing, this is the closest I could ever get to, that kind of point of time.
I agree.
Where, like, that 3 months prior to the movie being launched, like the promotion behind it, like the trailers, like this movie is not safe. Like there was just so much behind it, which definitely contributed to being let down during the movie. But but like you're right, that was a very special time for horror, and it also just completely cycled the this is based on a true story.
Yeah.
Now it's been fabricated time and time again, right?
Yeah. Now you can't really get away with stuff like that these days. But
at the time, I don't remember seeing a movie. And like I'm a little younger, of course, right? But like I don't personally remember a time where it was like, hey, this is real.
Yeah.
Like this is based on, like this really happened.
Yeah. I don't think we can actually do, unless it's like 30 years from now we do VR or something.
Yeah.
And it actually kills somebody. The film kills somebody, right?
Yeah.
Then it gets spooky again. Like,
right.
Oh shit. Now they always had, I can't remember what movie it was. Fuck. Anyway, it came out recently in the past 10 years.
Yeah.
It wasn't called Oh Fuck.
VHS, I don't know.
But it was like if you watch this film, you're gonna die. Not The Ring, but like I know that was the movie, the tape. But if you literally watch this, the curse has started, right?
Sure.
And at one point, I'm like, do I hit fucking play on this thing? I'm superstitious, right?
Right.
So I'm like, it was started with an A. I can't remember. It was a horrible movie. It wasn't even fucking good.
Yeah.
I didn't die.
But it gives you that feeling.
But it got me thinking for about 30 seconds, like, of course I'm going to fucking hit play. I don't give a shit. Bring it. But it was like, I like that, I like how that goes. Anyway, so, okay. Good list, dude. Good list. Guys, what did we miss? What you tell me. Put it in the comments below after you hit the bells and whistles and likes and all that stuff. But what did we fucking forget?
And naturally, of course, I think of one right off the bat. I'm like, oh, fuck.
What?
Probably Hatchet.
Oh,
Hatchets in it. That's for the fucking horror maniacs.
I think
too.
that's more a deep cut back. But I think that would be revered in the Cropsy, the Burning style
Sure.
subgenre of. Man, these are some good ass fucking films. But
Right.
Hatchet's great.
And it had Kane Hodder, which kind of helps it.
Yeah.
Because that's Jason.
It
That-
is
that-
Jason.
That is cool because in 50 years from now, you might remember it just based on that.
And
being-
he's actually Leatherface or something like in the video game,
Yeah,
which is
it's-
that dude's just playing everything. Kane
He
Hodder
is.
is just like fuck it.
And he's at every convention
I'm
every
surprised
weekend.
he's not been a Michael Myers yet.
To come. Probably in a TV series.
Bloomhouse like. All right, hey, good list. You guys, we got time we got for questions?
We got a couple questions.
Oh, let's go. I like questions. I haven't heard these yet, so these are.
Yeah, we can do another questions axe soon.
Yes.
But because we get quite a bit, which is nice.
Yes.
Thanks, guys. But right off the bat, we will go with our buddy Vike Lolo.
Hey.
And Vike Lolo wants to know, in a zombie apocalypse situation here, okay? You're stuck inside Terror Trader. What would be your choice of weapon that's located right here in the shop? So we can't go outside the shop and go to... you know.
Shit.
Yeah. No
Well-
shields. Yeah, we got to stay...
Let me see here. What am I going to use in a zombie apocalypse? I have some stuff in the back room
Yeah, you do.
that will take care of a zombie apocalypse or just any apocalypse, honestly.
I ain't worried about zombies. That's all I'm going to say. If something breaks out.
So I have a. Let me back out of that though, because anyway,
All right, no, fair enough. Fair enough. I think you set it up. Yes,
yes, I've set it up on that one. You know what we just got? I'm dying to try. We haven't even put it out yet, but I bought one of those sights.
Oh, dude.
The Grim Reaper fucking things, right?
I
the
want-
double handle.
Yes.
Man, I'd like to chop some zombies' head off with that. I don't know,
Maybe you could be on the roof for like a night, just having fun.
That would be cool.
Letting heads roll.
I would have to like run out the door, right? Like you'd have to open it up. I had to run out, slice the head off, and then run back because I only got like one whack. I'm old. I'm getting my back may go out.
Ooh, or just go 360 style, just like
shit,
a
just
propeller, dude.
Buzzsaw that shit.
Buzzsaw, right?
My luck, I killed about 4 innocent people. My
Yeah,
bad.
right.
What are you doing out in the zombie apocalypse anyway? Get out of there.
Get
Yeah,
the
you
fuck
shouldn't be
out,
out. I should be killing them zombie. What would you grab?
Dude, honestly, I'd probably take Dino, our buddy Dino.
Oh, Dino. I got
And
it.
Dino loves to fight.
He loves
so
it.
he's
That
always
dude's a
trying to
scrapper.
he's always rolling the sleeves up and showing the gun. So I'd probably just take Dino outside and just be like, go.
Fucking
And,
yeah.
like,
You know those little pull strings? You just
Yeah.
pull Dino's thing like a rock'em sock'em robot?
Right.
Fucking get some.
I don't think the zombies want none of that.
I don't
either.
think so either. Would you put some like Freddy Krueger gloves on Dino and just have him scratch the fuck out of him?
100% Freddy Krueger, which by the way are sold right here at Terror Trader. Nightmare 3.
How about that?
Dream Warriors,
How
come
about
get
that?
'em.
Come down and get yours one.
Yeah, before Dino uses them. So that was Vike Lolo's
That's a good question. That's a great question.
It's fun. Next up, we got our buddy T. Frascone. Hang on, Frascone.
Oh, you got,
Witch
the
Pit.
Italian thing,
The,
right?
the Italian, the Paisan thing. Best horror soundtrack. We've been asked this one, by the way.
Yeah,
Rinse and repeat.
I've always
We shy away from this one.
I try to avoid it because I'm not a soundtrack guy like you are, right?
Yeah, and then for me, it's too much. Like, 'cause there's just so much. Right?
Yeah. But I will. Ooh, that's okay. You know what I'm going to go with?
Wow.
I fucking love. I love it. I actually because I listened to it on the way here, right?
Yeah.
The Cannibal Ferox soundtrack.
Holy shit. Amazing that
Or
you said that.
Ferox, whatever.
Yeah, no, you nailed it.
I'm gonna say Ferox.
Yeah.
because I sound more intelligent when I say that.
Right.
Right. But I love that. Boom,
Italian.
boom. Yeah. I give Italian soundtracks are pretty rad, man.
Right.
I was watching Ghost House the other day.
Fuck yeah, dude.
Okay. And every time they showed that clown,
Yes.
remember that song they would play?
Yeah, by the way, we need that clown, dude.
The clown is great. I know is it a ripoff of fucking
100%.
So it came after Poltergeist?
It came right like a year after.
Okay. Respect.
yeah.
It is literally the Poltergeist clown. By the way,
Right? Wolf
but-
tummy. Can we sculpt that damn clown, please?
Yeah, yeah,
That
hit it out
ghost
there.
house?
Yeah. So,
yeah.
so I'll go with Cannibal Ferox for me. Yeah. What are you going with?
I'm going Cannibal Holocaust.
Oh shit, we're going cannibals.
Cannibal duos here, man. Okay, so you might not like the movie, which many people don't, and
Yeah.
understandably so.
Yeah.
But the soundtrack is like the most
Oh.
polar opposite of the actual movie, right?
Yeah.
It's a very like blissful, very happy, soothing soundtrack.
Yeah.
That should have no business soundtracking this film, but it's that contrast of emotions.
True.
You're watching some of the gnarliest shit your eyes will ever see while hearing this peaceful music.
Yeah.
By I think Riz Ortolani is
Yeah.
the composer. Again, Italian. Here we go again. But that's where I thought you were going, by the way, Holocaust. So yeah, 2 cannibal movies. You can't go wrong with either one. They're both honestly top 10s for
Yes,
sure.
I agree.
So Tony, it makes sense, buddy. You're Italian. You got some Italian soundtracks.
Tony Tony for Scrony.
Which pit, baby?
Wits Pit. Yes.
Coming to a venue near you. Last one.
Last one. Okay.
Britain
we should
the
go
Great.
to the shop. Yes.
We should, dude. We got stuff. We got Freddy gloves to sell. Britain the Great wants to know I love this question.
Okay.
Which horror film would you most like to see as a haunted house attraction? So I'm assuming Britain's talking about Halloween Horror Nights. And if you could have any house, and this is a fucking great question.
Oh, fuck. That is an amazing question, man. Shit.
Do you want me to take this one?
Yeah,
off the
go
top
ahead.
for you?
I'm thinking on this, man.
Okay, so, man, there's like 3 that just popped into my head.
Yeah.
I'm a big time haunted house guy. Above all else, like I love the all the crazy movies we watch. But like, if I wanted a traditional haunted house, like Poltergeist style,
I like
Changeling
that.
style.
I like that.
And honestly, dude, I'm gonna keep it meat and potatoes here. I know people yell at us for the Conjuring worship, but if you could take me through that Conjuring house, I would just go, especially if I go into like the basement where Annabelle is and everything encased in that basement, dude. I mean, imagine recreating that and having that ambiance. And outside, there's the tree with the news.
You could controverse it.
You
know what I'm saying?
That,
So like, mix it all, dude. I want the nun in that motherfucker.
Dude,
I want.
So I'm glad because that's what my mind's thinking.
Okay,
like
good.
there is going to be elements of the whole controversy there, right? There has to be. You'll even see the rocking chair there, which by the way we saw in person,
did.
which is cool.
My back hurt looking at it.
Yeah, I know. They didn't let us sit in it though.
Son of a bitch.
Good job because we'd have been broken. But yeah, dude, just bring that controversy to reality. And again, I know we champion this movie a lot, but tell me it doesn't frighten the hell out of you. Man. So controversy, dude.
I like that. I think that's a great choice, and I would be lined up. I would fast pass that shit.
Yeah,
right?
I will fast pass that shit.
Okay, I will go. You know what? The Funhouse.
Oh shit!
Not only because of
well done.
Yeah. Toby Hooper, first off, right?
Toby Hooper.
I love me some Toby Hooper. But I also love dark, scary carnivals.
Oh, I thought we were talking about what Gunther paid for.
Oh.
Yes.
Yeah. I do love me some Gunther. But you know what I'm saying? I like that creepy carnival, fun house, that dark ride feel.
The music?
Yeah, the music. So I think you could really deck out. I'm not even worried about Gunther in this thing.
Yeah.
I just want to see the creepy visuals in this. I think you could really fuck some people up with this thing, man. You know?
In your funhouse, do you hear the guy outside? Oh, come.
100%. You got to have a barker out there, man, right? And out there, you could do this thing up amazingly well. Get in a nice 70s, 60s, 70s vintage feel,
right?
And creep the shit out of people, man. I'm telling you right now. You know, and your big reward at the end is Gunther chases you out or whatever, dude. You know,
not bad.
Slobs all over you. You know what I'm saying?
Phenomenal. You're on your fucking P's and Q's today,
Look,
buddy.
man, I had a Red Bull.
You're recharged. You got wings.
Yeah, I got wings.
Can I add like one in the mix?
And a lot of Coke. Just kidding.
I got to add this. We got to talk about this one really quick before we hop off. The Shining. Tell me that wouldn't be the most stellar. So you're walking through the hallways, right?
Yes.
Obviously, we know about the bathroom scene.
Yes.
But then, like, on the exit, you go through this little maze, like you know,
the hedge maze and all that stuff too.
And we already know that Pat McGee works with Halloween Horror Nights.
Yes.
And Pat McGee's already done a ton of insane Shining related stuff. Pat, let's fucking go, pal.
Let's do this.
Let's go.
I like this, dude. This is great. No, this is wow. Okay, we'll just. Once again, feeding Universal money. There you go. Take it. Yeah.
Come on.
I want credit for all this, by the way. So, all right, guys. Well, that's it. There's your list of 50 years from now. We're all dead anyway. It doesn't fucking matter, right?
Phenomenal shit.
Yeah.
Great opinions.
And great questions asked on that as well. So
fun questions.
Yeah. So don't forget Spookorama every Thursday night here if you're in local at Chandler at the Tempe at the Pollock Cinemas in Tempe. And until then, stay creepy.